when I say personal style, I'm talking about your organization, the systems and processes that you're putting in place. You are your brand.
Yes.
You are the business. You are the person that develops a culture for your company. And anyone you hire is going to adopt that culture.
Yes.
So if you don't have a personal style and you're not committed to something, then your message is going to be skewed. It's going to be confusing. So personal style is very important. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you know, I'm Andrea Patrick, the Beauty Boss, but I have a guest with us on the show today, Miss Katrina Loco. She is phenomenal, media mogul, might I add. And I was so lucky to snag her to help with this first episode of Your Style Story. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to be interviewed so that I can give you the idea, the concept around this series. And I could not think of a better person to interview me than Miss Katrina. And so thank you, Miss Katrina.
Well, thank you for having me. It is an honor and a pleasure.
I'm so excited, guys. So we're gonna get started, but I just want you to know this is the first episode. And if we run into some lumps and bumps, we're gonna keep on going because I think this idea of your style story is so important that it goes beyond my need for it to be perfect today. So this is the first episode. We've got more episodes to come, but let's go ahead and dive in. Miss Katrina is going to be interviewing me.
Wow, this is good. Interviewing someone on their own show. This is good.
I've been on your show before.
That's true.
I'll have to add some clips of when I was on her show. Even though I don't like the way I look, I'll share it with you
She was
anyway.
fine.
All right, Miss Katrina, let's get started with these questions.
Okay, so everybody wants to know, what is your style story saying today? What is your look saying today?
So today I will show some cutaways so that you guys see it's a very casual look. Prior to us filming this episode, Miss Katrina and I were at a business expo for one of the local chambers of commerce. It's a beautiful day here today, so I wanted to still be professional, but I also wanted to be comfortable and cute, and it's beautiful. So I was a little summertime today, but I think my look is still saying prepared, fun-loving, credible still, and put together. Somebody that can get the job done.
Okay, see, well, she's good at her job.
You guys tell me in the comments, do you think so? You should be seeing a cutaway of me in my outfit today, so you tell me.
You've been in business for a while now. Tell us about your journey from fashion to becoming a personal branding and leadership expert you are today.
Okay, so it's funny that this is one of the questions because you've known me for a lot of my journey.
Yeah.
So I started off with a degree in marketing. You guys have heard me talk about that before. But once I graduated from college, I got married a month later. And when I came to Texas, all of the graduates that had just graduated like me had taken all the entry-level jobs. So I ended up taking a job in sales that I never wanted. And we'll just fast forward. What ended up happening was I got my cosmetology license, and that sort of started my journey of me wanting to help people look and feel their best to attract the things they wanted to attract. So that was sort of the beginning. And then I did some fashion styling and wardrobe styling. I styled some celebrities here in the Texas area. I styled some professional people, and I styled fashion shows in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I realized rather quickly after that that I wasn't a fan of the fashion industry, the fashion part, but I still love making people look and feel their best. After a while, I started my own consignment business, women's consignment, and ultimately realized that what I was really passionate about was helping people put their style story together. And so I did that through wardrobe styling. I would go in to help professionals really look the part, just people who were in regular on boards and just that were active in the community. I helped them pull their looks together so that they felt like they were where they needed to be, or they were presenting the way they needed to present. And then after a while, it was like, let's just sit back and see how can I take all of my skills and talents and things that I've done in the past and marry them together. And that's when the personal branding came in, because my definition of personal branding is really understanding who you are and then being able to leverage that across your life and across like any medium or platform that you have. And so that's where the whole idea of my channel came in when we talk about I'm here to give you real tips, real talk, real tips and techniques about how you can achieve real success in your life, career, and or business. So that's where all that came from. And so fast forward to now, where I help people in their leadership needs. And a part of that is personal branding, because leadership is about influence, being able to influence people. And so that is done not only in the systems and processes that you create for yourself, for your business, but it's also about the way you put yourself together with your wardrobe and speak your style story. And it's also about how you present yourself in your marketing materials or on your website. So it was like a full circle moment to be here with you and having known you for a long time and having been through all those different things. And so that's kind of how I got from being a wardrobe fashion stylist to now being the personal branding leadership expert.
And you are. You do it extremely well.
Thank you.
You back up everything
Thank
that you do and say and how you do it. So that's
appreciate
good.
that.
So what is your current relationship to fashion and style?
So I believe that fashion is fleeting. Okay? Fashion will come and go. We have trends. We have fashion experts. You've all seen the Met Gala just happened recently, or the Oscar Awards, or the Grammys. And we are listening to the fashion experts talk about the dress and who the designer was and all of those things. That's fashion. Things change. The color of the year changes. The silhouette for that particular year changes. But style is everlasting. It's eternal. If you have a certain style, it's the thing that people recognize about you. You know, if you are that chick that always wears a hoop earring, which I am, you know, somebody might go in the store and that looks like Andrea. She's always wearing a hoop earring. It might cause someone to think of me. And so my relationship with style now and fashion now is to really teach people how to identify the message they want their style, not just their clothing, but the way people recognize them. The things that they do that are repetitive. That's what I mean by style. Those things that are like, if you remember Chanel suits, there's typically a thread that runs through it that's a certain color, a pink or a green or a blue. I call that your style thread. And if people recognize you, it's like this thread that runs through everything you do. And that's what I'm about, teaching people how to identify their own personal style thread, and doing so not just in clothing, but also in every other area of their life.
That is great. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so good.
Put the be you in your business, and I am the be boss, and I help you become the person that you really want to be and leverage that person to achieve whatever level of success you're looking for.
Who were your first style influencers? Oh my goodness.
This is easy. It is my grandparents, okay? My grandmother was the manager of a credit union in our town, and she is also a pastor's wife. And I'm sure you can identify the pastor and the pastor's wife dressing alike on Sunday morning. My grandmother and my grandfather used to dress alike, but they dressed very well. And my grandmother had on a gray suit and a burgundy blouse and burgundy hose and burgundy shoes. My grandfather had on a gray suit, a burgundy shirt and tie, burgundy socks and burgundy shoes. I mean, you just knew. And I just remember being a little girl watching shows like Knots Landing and Dynasty. And I just remember hearing the heels when they would walk. And I would want to, I thought that was just the sound of sophistication. If you could hear the click, 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 and they were walking in with their purses and their hair done, their makeup done. My grandparents were the first influence because I wanted to pull myself together. And I know you know too, wear your earrings.
Oh yes, lipstick and
where's your slip?
Oh yeah.
Wear your pantyhose, your little frilly socks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Easter was a big deal. You know, you dressed up, you got the new dress and all that stuff. Yes, grandparents, hands down, first influencers.
Who influences your style now, though?
I do watch a lot of fashion bloggers on YouTube. I do, but I'm not watching them for the reasons that some people are watching them. I'm watching them to learn about different silhouettes, and by silhouette, guys, what I mean, if you think about the outside of a like if you take a shadow of someone and the shape of the dress, it's an A-line, or it's a kind of form-fitting, or it's, you know, boxy or something like that. That's what your silhouette is. It's kind of the outline of the look, the piece of clothing. So when I'm looking at things now, I'm looking more for the message that I think the look says.
Okay, gotcha.
More so than I am about the look itself, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I'm looking for, there's someone I love, Janae Naylor. She used to be called High Low Luxe. And though she purchases a lot of luxury pieces, she spends a lot of money. But she always looks very sophisticated. And even when she's using the trends, she always pulls herself together very well. And you can tell she has a very classy look.
Okay.
And so now, I'm not gonna say she's a style influence on me, but I think if we're talking about the message that she's conveying with her look and the way she kind of thinks through the process of getting dressed, I would say she's one that I would look to for. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Janae, call me, girl. Call me.
Call her. Now, this is what the people want to know.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, actually me. Okay. Do you have a celebrity style crush?
Okay, I do. I do. I actually do. Okay. And this is it's a character. I can't say that it's a character, but I like the way she dresses in real life too. Olivia Pope from Scandal.
Oh.
Kerry Washington, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. She could dress. That character, oh my gosh, I love a pantsuit. I love a nice sheath dress. Now, unfortunately, you know, I'm working on my body, so it's not, I don't really like the way I look in some of the stuff. People say I look nice, but you know how your mind plays tricks on you and you think you don't, but you do. But I love her look and the way she pulls herself together on that show. I love the way she dresses. Another person that I think people would be surprised by is, I don't know her name, but her character is another character. And it's a new one, Elsbeth on, I don't know what network it is, but I think it's CBS. I like her because she mixes patterns well. And I love the way she plays with patterns. I don't know that I would do it, but I like to look at it.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, do you have a style uniform? If so, tell us about it.
I do have a style uniform.
Okay.
I actually have a video, and I've been playing it a lot or sharing it a lot lately. We'll put it up here so people can see it. It was called Minimize Your Choices to Optimize Your Options. And in that video, I talk about the importance of having a style uniform. And basically what that is like what makes you feel comfortable and something that you can just pull. So mine is, I love black and white. I love navy and white, or navy and cream, and I love gray and cream. And then I put my pops of color in with scarves or statement jewelry or shoes or handbags. But I would say that I love those colors together. So I have a plethora of an animal print. I have a plethora of black, white, navy, white, cream, I don't have a ton of gray, but I have a nice collection of animal print. And to me, those are neutral colors that I can mix and match. And by uniform, like, can I go in my closet and just pull out a top and a pair of pants and I know it's gonna work?
Okay.
And I've curated a closet where I know I can pull a navy bottom, an off-white top.
Okay.
I know I can pull a black skirt, an animal print top.
Okay.
And I can always pull pieces together. So yes, I would say my uniform is navy, cream, black, white, gray, and animal print. In any shape, form, or fashion. Dresses, pants, shorts, skirts. All right, guys, so let's play a game. We're going to give them one game. And just to give you a little tease, because if I give you too many games, then y'all will have all the games, and this is just the first episode. So we're gonna play one game, and I think I'm gonna call this game the pinwheel game. And the way it works is I have my iPad here, if you don't mind, Ms. Katrina. And here on the pinwheel, I have a pinwheel, if you can see. And on the pinwheel, it has all the different fashion styles, or the 4 major fashion styles: sporty, bohemian, romantic, classic, and I also have a wild card here that I'm calling the celebrity wild card. And the celebrity wild card is we're going to look at a celebrity that has a style that is completely different or opposite than the person that's sitting in the hot seat, which is me. And we're going to go to their pin board on Pinterest, someone's board that has that particular style. And my job, or the guest's job, is to make that look work with their style, right? So for me, I am a self-proclaimed classic style. And so I'm gonna spin the wheel, and then we're going to go to Pinterest, pull up a board with that particular style on it, and I'm gonna have to choose one to make it a classic style. All right,
gotcha.
So I'm just gonna push the button here that says tap to spin, and we're gonna see where it lands. All right, guys, it landed on romantic style.
Oh my goodness.
Let me show you romantic. All right, so now we've got to go to Pinterest and we have got to pick a look. Hold on.
Even though this is something that I probably would not choose myself, I think the skirt is a little short for my classic style. But here's what I think I'd do. I definitely know, starting at the top, that I would have on a pair of hoop earrings. Probably gold, because I think that would look better with the burgundy skirt. Next, I would add a black blazer. If you remember correctly, I shared with you the blazer that I have in my capsule wardrobe. So I would probably add something like that, a little bit oversized, that came down probably to the hem on the skirt. And then next, to sort of make this outfit a little bit more modest, I would add a knee-high boot with a block heel on it, because I am into block heels, not stilettos, but definitely adding a little bit of height, but also kind of getting a little bit of coverage on the leg. And I think in doing that, I might even put on a tight with this, depending on the weather. If it's too warm, then I'll probably just do the boot with it. And this is definitely something that I would wear in the fall or winter months. I would not do this in the summer because I wouldn't be able to wear the boots. So yeah, that's how I would probably, and you know what else I'd probably do? I have a very cute Valentino belt, or I would just do a thicker, wider belt, black belt, to kind of go on my waist and tie everything all together. So yeah, and then obviously I would have on all of my jewelry, because I do love my my arm candy and my rings. So that is another way. And then of course my face would be done. I would have my makeup on. So I think that's how I would take this look and make it a more classic style.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the pinwheel. That was pretty fun, me figuring out my style from the romantic style. But that is just an example of one of the games that we'll be playing here with our guests.
Why is personal style so important? Why is it so important?
Personal style is important because it's how people get to know you. I truly believe in reputation. So I believe in recognition, reputation, building relationship, creating rapport in order to get referrals. Okay. And I think that your personal style is the thing that is going to speak the loudest for you first.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is whether you are trying to build or grow your career, your resume is gonna speak for you before you get in the room. Your website, your social media platforms are all gonna speak to you before you go into that interview, because nowadays bosses are looking at your social media. If you are in business, your potential partners, people that you wanna work with or people that you want as your clients, they're going to look you up. And that is going to determine whether or not they move forward. When you walk into an event in person, someone is going to look at you and they're going to make assumptions about you just based on what you look like when you walk in the room.
Correct.
They're not going to know if you had a bad day, if your life is going downhill. They're not going to know. They're just going to see what you're wearing and how you're carrying yourself. And that is going to determine how they decide they want to think about you. And so your personal style, not just your clothing, but your attitude, mannerisms, the way you show up on social media, your resume, your website, all of those things are speaking a message. They are beginning a conversation, whether you know it or not, or whether you like it or not. And so personal style is important because it is what starts the conversation. You might think you can talk yourself up, right? Your mouth might be able to get you in the room, but your personal style is gonna be what kind of keeps you there and speaks, because it's gonna tell the truth. Your style is gonna tell the truth. If you come in looking a complete mess, trying to tell me that you are the person for the job, your style is going to tell me that you're not. Because if you didn't care enough to pull yourself together, how can I be sure that you're going to care enough to get the job done for me?
True.
So even though your mouth can talk, your personal style is louder. And guys, when I say personal style, I'm talking about your organization, the systems and processes that you're putting in place. You are your brand.
Yeah.
You are the business. You are the person that develops a culture for your company. And anyone you hire is going to adopt that culture.
Yes.
So if you don't have a personal style and you're not committed to something, then your message is going to be skewed. It's going to be confusing. So personal style is very important.
Extremely. Told you she always give you. You ask her one thing, she gives you more. But that's good.
On and on.
No, but that's good. This is good stuff, though. This is really good stuff. Okay, where did the idea of your style story come from?
Okay, it came from watching Janae Naylor. I'm not gonna lie. Janae, I love your show. She has a TV show, Style Unlocked. Okay. And I'll link it down below because it really is a good show. But she's talking primarily about fashion. She's talking to other people in the fashion industry about fashion, about trends. She's doing the fashion thing and she does it well. You do it well, girl. But what I want to talk to people, everyday people, on a level that they can really attain.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If we're talking Louis Vuitton, we're talking Fendi, we're talking, Goyard, we're talking all these luxury brands, not everyone can relate to that.
Right.
But what everybody can relate to is identifying what they want their style story to be. They can identify for themselves on their budget what they want their personal style to be. And so your style story is about taking fashion and letting the fashion girls have it, and then talking to you about style, talking to you about identifying what your favorite fit is, what your favorite silhouette is, what proportions look like, where you need to balance out your look, talking about the different types of style that you may want to be communicating. I find that it really does kind of go with the personality sometimes. Like you might be a fun-loving person, and even though you like classic style, you like a punch of whimsy. But we need to identify that, and I think we don't know how, because we don't know how to be authentic. We don't know.
That's true.
We are so accustomed to looking at the fashion vloggers and copying what they tell us to copy,
Right,
telling us what the trends are, what we should be wearing. And we're just trying to stay relevant, but we're not really taking into account who we really are. You don't have to go out and get every trend. And the trends that you do get, you can get them in a way that suit your style and that you're comfortable. But so I really want your style story to teach people, you don't have to follow trends. You can be authentic. I'm going to teach you how to be authentic in the way you pull yourself together and represent yourself. And then also, I want your style story to be about teaching people how to communicate the message they want to communicate with their clothing.
Okay. Ultimately, what do you want people to walk away with after watching an episode?
Well, it's so funny because I'm going to have several different guests on, and we're going to keep playing games and doing all the fun things. But I want people to see that they're not on an island with their personal style. Not everybody has it together. Okay. Everybody's journey towards their style story is different, but I want people to see where people are drawing from in their personal lives to create their personal story, their style story. So that they can get some idea of how to create one of their own. And I want them to get the sense that they're enough. What they have is enough, and they can pull their looks together, dress how they want to look, as long as it's what makes them feel good. I have a saying, you've probably heard me say it before, but if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good about how you look, you have confidence. And so I want people to look good and feel good about how they look so that they can have confidence.
Well, you do an excellent
job
with that, and this has been really nice.
Thank you. I just want to thank you again, Miss Katrina, for helping and interviewing me, getting the style story started. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week's guest is actually going to be my husband, because I want to do this from the male perspective as well. And so make sure you are subscribed to the channel for that. Give this video a big thumbs up if you loved it. Leave a comment below and share your style story with me. What do you think your message says about you? I want to hear. And if you have any other thoughts or suggestions about what you would like to see or learn about here in the style story, let me know and I will add that as well. But we've got more videos, more interviews. And don't forget, this channel is all about sharing real talk and giving you real tips and techniques on how you can achieve real success in your life, career, and or business. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.